Hi, Teresa.
I want to make sure. Sorry, I'm late.
That's
I just
okay.
want to make sure you could hear me because it says common practice session start webinar, and I didn't want to.
Yeah, I'll start that in a sec.
I didn't want to click on it.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I am pleased to call to order the February 3rd, 2022 meeting of the Montgomery County Board of Commissioners. Note the presence of all three commissioners. Also want to note the presence of our prothonotary, Noah Marlier, and ask him to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right. We'll start with a few comments this morning. First, on COVID-19, I am pleased to report that we are seeing a steady decrease in our COVID-19 indicators over the past 3 weeks. Our current positivity rate is 19.85%, and our total 7-day average of cases is 395.6. Still a very high number of daily cases, but this is down from a 7-day average of 561 and a positivity of 25.41% just a week ago. So we are seeing a rapid decline, which hopefully will persist. Hospitalizations are also trending downward, with 274 patients hospitalized yesterday, down from a peak of 669 on January the 12th. Sadly, with this very large increase in cases, we have also seen an increase in deaths. From Monday, January 24th through yesterday, February 2nd, 58 Montgomery County residents have been reported to have lost their lives due to COVID-19. The majority of the individuals were unvaccinated or partially vaccinated. The best way to protect yourself from serious disease, hospitalization, or death is to get vaccinated and boosted for maximum protection against the virus and its variants. I want to stress the importance of a booster dose if you are due for one. Like many vaccines, the strength of the COVID-19 vaccine decreases over time. A booster dose, if you're due for one, will give you the best protection from serious disease. Our data shows that 94% of eligible Montgomery County residents over the age of 5 have received at least one dose of the vaccine, which is fantastic. And we believe that many of these people are fully vaccinated. So we just want to keep that going. We have plenty of vaccine supply, and we encourage anyone who's unvaccinated to simply walk in to any one of our clinics. You do not need an appointment. If you're eligible for a booster dose, you will need to make an appointment, but we have plenty of availability at our 4 county-run sites, where you also have the option to pick which booster you receive. In other vaccine news, Pfizer has submitted data to the FDA seeking authorization for a coronavirus vaccine for children under 5 years old. If approved, the county will be ready to administer this vaccine at our vaccination clinics and will continue to provide education for parents about the vaccine. And just a reminder that we are still in flu season. Our COVID-19 clinics continue to offer flu shots at all locations, and you can get a flu shot at the same time as your COVID-19 vaccine or booster. You can also come in just to get a flu shot. And finally, free PCR COVID-19 testing remains available at our sites across the county. Appointments are readily available, and lab turnaround time has returned to normal, so most people tested at our sites can expect to get their results back within 2 to 3 days at the most. Free rapid at-home COVID-19 test kits are available to order at covidtests.gov, covidtests.gov. And I urge every household to take advantage of this free offer so that you have some tests on hand if you need one. We continue to urge everyone who's eligible to get vaccinated. If you're due for a booster, please get that booster. Wear a high-quality mask indoors and keep gathering small and limited to vaccinated individuals, and if you can, outdoors. Now, February is Heart Health Month, and the first Friday in February, which is tomorrow, is known as Wear Red Day. People across the country wear red to raise awareness for heart disease and encourage family and friends to learn the basics of good heart health. So wear red tomorrow, February 4th, and help start a good conversation and raise awareness for American Heart Month. Our Office of Health and Human Services will be sharing heart health tips, including recipes, on their social media accounts all month. You can follow them at HHS Montco PA, that's HHS Montco PA, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to join in the conversation. Heart disease remains a leading cause of death in the United States, but there's a lot you can do to prevent it. It's easier than you think to show your heart the love it deserves every day. Simple things like taking walks, getting enough sleep, and cooking healthy meals help your heart. These small changes can help keep your blood pressure in a healthy range and reduce your risk of heart disease and stroke. This is important because we know that sudden cardiac arrest is one of the leading causes of preventable death in the United States. Pulse Point Respond empowers everyday citizens to provide life-saving assistance to victims of sudden cardiac arrest. This innovative program, led by Montgomery County's Department of Public Safety, uses a free smartphone app called Pulse Point Respond to connect someone who knows CPR to someone in a public place who is having a heart attack. The app users who indicate they're trained in CPR and willing to assist in case of an emergency can be notified if someone nearby is having a cardiac emergency and may require CPR. If the cardiac emergency is in a public place like a grocery store or shopping mall, the location-aware application will alert users in the vicinity of the need for CPR. At the same time, it calls 911 or it's actually triggered through 911 while the emergency responders are being dispatched. The application also directs the volunteer to the exact location of the closest automated external defibrillator, or AED. A second free app called PulsePoint AED lets users report and update AED locations so that emergency responders, including nearby citizens trained in CPR, and off-duty professionals such as firefighters, police officers, and nurses can find an AED close to them when a cardiac emergency occurs. If you live, work, visit, or go to school in Montgomery County and you are CPR trained, you're encouraged to download and begin using the free PulsePoint apps. Both apps are available at www.pulsepoint.org. Always remember, regardless of whether you are trained in CPR or not, if you witness a sudden cardiac arrest, dial 911 as soon as you can. Even if you aren't medically trained, our dispatchers can coach you through hands-only CPR over the phone until the paramedics arrive. This could be an absolutely life-saving opportunity for the person that has collapsed. Early CPR and immediate activation of the 911 emergency response system are critical in improving an individual's chances of surviving a cardiac arrest. And finally, for anyone who would like to get trained on CPR, the American Red Cross and the American Heart Association both offer a wide range of courses. You can visit redcross.org/take-a-class or cpr.heart.org to learn more. With that, I'll turn it over to Commissioner Lawrence.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. On Tuesday, January 25th, I joined the Montgomery County Office of Housing and Community Development in collaboration with Your Way Home and over 100 community volunteers across the county for the annual point in time count. The count is required by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development to assess how many individuals are experiencing homelessness, including those in emergency shelters, transitional housing, and safe havens. Volunteer teams with outreach team leaders walked around the county in areas such as Ardmore and Lower Merion, Norristown, Pottstown, Lansdale, Abington, Willow Grove, Ambler, and Cheltenham, and found dozens of people who don't have a place to sleep indoors. Amazingly, despite the 25-degree temperature, most of the people that we came across were willing to be interviewed, and we're thankful for the opportunity to share their stories and the water, snacks, and other supplies we were able to provide. Our mobile COVID-19 vaccine units also traveled with us so that we could administer vaccines to anyone who wanted one. The data gathered from the count helps inform policymakers, funders, and local communities to track progress towards the goal of ending homelessness. Stable, secure housing is severely needed across the county and is critical to combating negative social determinants of health while also supporting households across the income spectrum and achieving greater economic mobility. I hope that we can break the stigma of individuals experiencing homelessness and help them achieve the level of dignity, safety, and health they deserve by increasing affordable housing or shelter space. The results of the count won't be available until late February or early March, but we will share them when they are available. And now I want to clarify a few points for our residents about mail-in voting for the upcoming primary election. Act 77 was passed by the Pennsylvania legislature in 2019. This legislation provides for no excuse mail-in voting, among other provisions. Last Friday, January 28th, the Pennsylvania Commonwealth Court ruled that Act 77 is unconstitutional. This decision was appealed to the Pennsylvania Supreme Court and a stay was issued, which means that Act 77 will remain in effect until this case is heard and a decision is made by the Supreme Court. The Department of State has advised all counties to prepare planning for the primary election under Act 77. We will still process applications for both absentee and mail-in ballots and plan to issue ballots to approve applicants in April. All voters who would like to vote by mail in 2022 need to complete an application, even if they have voted by mail in the past. You can visit the Voter Services website at www.montcopa.org/vote-by-mail to apply online, download an application to mail, or make a request to have an application mailed to your home. Montgomery County Voter Services has already begun to send mail-in ballot applications to voters who are on the annual mailing list. If you receive an application and are no longer interested in voting by mail, you can disregard the application or sign the declaration on the front of the letter to indicate that you no longer want to be on the annual application mailing list. And of course, if you want to vote in person, things will proceed as they always have. And if you have any questions, please visit www.montcopa.org or contact Voter Services at 610-278-3280. And finally, between the COVID-19 pandemic and the continued after effects from Hurricane Ida, food insecurity has risen steadily in the county over the past year, and it keeps our food banks struggling to keep up with the demand. If you are able, please consider donating to the Montco Anti-Hunger Network, a network of 47 food pantries serving over 60,000 individuals in our county. They are asking for monetary donations so they can buy and distribute food resources throughout the county wherever they are needed most. And to donate, you can visit www.montcoantihunger.org. Thank you.
Actually, do you would like to provide
Okay.
comments?
Yeah.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'd also like to provide some comments on the recent ruling from the Pennsylvania Commonwealth Court regarding Act 77, the mail-in voting legislation that was passed in 2019. It's well known that for well over 2 years, I've been talking about the unconstitutionality related to Act 77 and the way it was passed. And that's the reason why I'm the only county commissioner in the entire Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to oppose certifying the election results. I recognize that the election was being conducted under unconstitutional voting guidelines. And I opposed the certification in the primary of 2020, well before anybody was talking about irregularities in voting, the general election of 2020, but also the primary of 2021, and this past general election in 2021. And now that there's been a ruling made by the Commonwealth Court, I hope this shows the state legislature the urgency to right this wrong and make sure we have real election reform passed in Harrisburg that's done the proper way and the legal way. Act 77 has definitely torn apart the faith and confidence that the citizens of Pennsylvania have in the integrity of our elections, and I hope this is an example that moving forward, we make this right. So again, I'll continue to be a voice for people that have these concerns related to mail-in voting and the entire mess that revolves around Act 77. Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to public comment on matters appearing on today's agenda. Ms. Co-Francisco?
We do have 3 folks ready to provide general public comment.
Okay, great.
Solicitor Stein, did you want to read the rules?
Certainly. Morning. All speakers who are physically present should sign into the meeting sheet available at the back of the room. or virtual should raise their hand, as Ms. Cofrancisco indicates. All speakers should come to the podium if they are physically able. If they are in person, speakers should identify themselves by name and municipality. All public comments must be relevant or germane to county business. Under the law, this means that the subject matter of all comments must be limited to items or issues which are currently before the Commissioners for consideration, or which may come before the Commissioners for consideration at a future meeting. Whether a matter is germane to county business is a determination to be made by the county solicitor. Profane, slanderous, or discriminatory language or comments will not be tolerated in accordance with the county's non-discrimination policy. A time limit of 2 minutes will be monitored, and county staff will respectfully request speakers to conclude their comments if the speaker goes beyond the time allotted. The board is not required to respond to public comments during the course of the meeting, so the public is reminded that this is not an opportunity for dialogue or questions and answers. The board chair may direct appropriate county staff to follow up on any questions or additional comments after the meeting. Disruptive behavior, including but not limited to yelling from the seats, arguing whether a matter is germane to county business once the solicitor has made a determination of such, refusing to yield the floor once time has elapsed and being requested to sit down, or otherwise attempting to disrupt the meeting shall be grounds for removal or muting from the meeting without further admonishment or warning. As always, the Commissioners welcome written correspondence, comments, and feedbacks at commissioners@montgopa.org. And Commissioner, if I may, I would also like to provide additional context regarding some comments that we have received around the masking mandates in schools, if that's all right.
Sure.
Wanted to explain for the public who doesn't understand that while the county commissioners do oversee the Department of Health, the authority regarding safety of students in public and private schools actually rests with the Board of Health, which has its own public meetings in which people are free to make public comment at those meetings. In addition, all schools currently requiring masking, requirement is done at the school board level. While the Department of Health does have a recommendation, that is guidance only, and school districts are free to ignore that guidance at their peril, obviously, but they are free to do so. So all masking decisions in schools are at the local level, and all comments regarding masking decisions in schools should be directed towards the local school boards.
Thank you, Mr. Stein. All right, any public comment on matters appearing on today's agenda?
We have just general public comment today.
Okay, all right, then we'll move on to general public comment.
First, we have Andrew Corman.
Do I start the timer or do you?
I'll start when you start.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners, Mr. Stein. Andrew Corman, Upper Pottsgrove Township. A quote from Benjamin Franklin: "To those who would give up liberty to pursue a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety." And as you stated in your comments, and as well as your email to me, thank you for your response, that under the law, comments may be limited to items or issues which are before the Commissioners for consideration, or which may come before the Commissioners for consideration. I appreciate the communication that you shared with me about the Office of Public Health. My school district, Pottsgrove, has communicated to me, specifically the superintendent as well as the board, that I'm to pursue this at the county level. So, and now you're telling me to go back to the school level, and it's very confusing for me. So today I'm here specifically about the mask to stay and test to stay guidance for schools. I received this document from my superintendent, which states, give me one second. So what I'm here about today is how much money are these programs costing the taxpayers in Montgomery County? Many public schools in the county are now acting as distribution hubs for this experimental gene therapy, which is being pushed and promoted. Where are the funds coming from? Is it a shared cost with the public-private partnership with Big Pharma and CHOP? The Commissioners oversee the county's Office of Public Health. My comments today are absolutely germane to county business. The public deserves to know why their children, specifically in Montgomery County, are wearing masks which do nothing to stop the spread of SARS-CoV-2. Based on, I'm going to run out of time. So, unmask our kids. Unmask our kids. Thank you.
Any other general public comment?
Yeah, excuse me, would you please tell the deputy sheriff that recording is allowed in the meeting? Because he was trying to take my camera away.
The public is permitted to record.
Thank you.
All right, any other general public comment?
Next, Pauline Bracchio.
Good morning. Pauline Braccio from Talmadge Township. Do you have the timer up? Okay, thank you. There's a couple of things here. Okay.
Sorry, we're just having a technical issue.
Yeah, let's just wait a second, please.
Yeah, I'll wait because I like to see how much time I'm running out of.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
I apologize. You should be ready to go.
Thank you.
There we go.
Pauline Braccio from Talmadge Township. Valerie, you talked about the COVID update, and I'm glad to know that you guys are recognizing that the danger is dropping. However, what I'd like to know is how many of those vaccinated people have either gotten serious injuries like blood clots or seizures, or even died from the vaccine. And the people who died who were vaccinated, because that happens also, we're not getting enough information. You just give us the details you want to give us to make it sound good, but you're not giving us all the dirt underneath. And I think you should start doing that, and you should start warning people. You want to vaccinate babies. I mean, that's insane, truly insane, because they don't need it. And that's already been established. The CDC actually said that now they're counting people who have had COVID and have gotten through it are considered as vaccinated. Well, that's really dumb, because if you've had it, then you're better than vaccinated, because you shouldn't get it again. You know, when we were children, we didn't have vaccinations. So I got the measles, and probably you did too, the mumps, chicken pox. We got it one time, we never got it again. I've been around children as I've grown up who got those diseases and never caught it. So a vaccination is not nearly as good. These vaccines are not safe, and they are definitely not, effective. You yourself said you had Omicron the other week, or a couple of weeks ago. And so I'd like to know, since you've had it, you should be immune now. So are you still going to be getting boosters one after the other? I'm not going to have enough time, but I was in a hospital in DC, and I had to go to the emergency room, and they did not force me to wear a mask when I said I wasn't going to wear one. And then the other thing is, they were not packed. There was nobody in that hospital. So, I just want to know where this is going.
Your time is up, Ms. Brown.
Yeah, I know. I think you should bring it back up to 5 minutes, or even 3 would be better. Thank you.
Any other general public comment?
Yes, we do have 2 people that are logged in via Zoom. The first is Thomas Blair. You can unmute.
Hi, this is Tom Blair. I'm with Upper Frederick Township is where I live. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. First, I was a volunteer in your point in time count last Tuesday. It was a very satisfying and productive experience, and heart-wrenching in a way. And I want to give a shout out to my team leader, Mark Borsay. Secondly, and more importantly, I've commented on this before, it's just very important. I'm an analyst by profession. I work in the electric power industry. Statistics and data analysis are my job. When I go to your official election results webpage under voter services, and then I filter by your mail-in votes, and I look only at the major statewide races, so for example, Justice of the Supreme Court or Judge of the Superior Court, the election day results generally reflect your Democrat/Republican ratio that reasonably matches the registration ratio. However, the mail-in ballot count does not come anywhere near that ratio. The mail-in ballot count far exceeds in Democrat votes what is statistically within the bounds of reason, almost possibility. You have a problem with the integrity of your elections in regards to mail-in ballots. Furthermore, the mail-in voting system is designed in such a way that it's all but impossible to discern certain types of fraud, like harvesting. And hopefully, this should be of concern to any person who cares about our integrity of our elections, regardless of your party. And I hope it's of concern to all three of you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. We do have one additional person online, Barb Furman. You can now unmute.
Thank you. Barb Furman, New Hanover Township. On this first and third Thursday, I watched the business of our county commissioners, and I do not agree with the direction of our 63 municipalities. Unconstitutional mail-in ballots with ballots counted at a vote counting center, not the 401 precincts. Mandates and directives by commissioners now being continuously questioned by doctors in study after study. Now a large Johns Hopkins study has chronicled the feckless effect of lockdowns and closures. All mitigation efforts from the spring 2020 to now has produced a whopping 0.2% mortality gain, destruction of small business, and more social costs. Just give the peasants more government money. 350% increase in speech problems in children, dental issues, dermatological issues, on and on because of masking. Stop the mandates and let Montco thrive. By the way, I watch the COVID data at all updates. It is inconsistent and sometimes incorrect at best. Clearly, the mortality and picture of who is affected. The average age of death is around 75 and older. Children are not getting seriously ill, yet most of the elderly with up to as many 4 comorbidities as CDC director reports die alone because the authorities tell us that is best. So they say mask children up just because their grandparents who are isolated might die. And so we can all be miserable. Misery loves company. The new Montco slogan. Thank you.
That concludes
That's
our
it?
public comment.
Okay, all right, thank you, everyone. We'll move on to the approval of the minutes. I will move to approve the January 20th, 2022 minutes of the Montgomery County Board of Commissioners meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? All right, hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Any negative votes? Hearing none, minutes are approved. All right, next we have an update from our Recorder of Deeds, Jean Sorg, on her Veterans Program.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, commissioners, for having me on. My name, for those who don't know, is Jean Sorg. I'm Montgomery County's Recorder of Deeds. And this last year, I finished up nearly 2 years as the president of the Pennsylvania Recorder of Deeds Association. Today, I'm bringing with you some information about our Veterans Program, but also an update from last year on another record year for the Montgomery County Recorder of Deeds. And I'm going to share right now. I think I can share right now screens. And this will give you a little idea of what we've been doing. All right, so here's a little bit about what's been going on this last year. Last year, we had, like I said, another record year. We recorded over 44,000 documents. We were able to provide affordable housing with over $2.4 million. And as I believe Commissioner Lawrence mentioned, affordable housing is an issue we need to deal with in this county. We were also able to provide schools and municipalities with over $90 million last year, which for schools and municipalities who worried very much about how their bottom line will be impacted by the pandemic, this was very important. And this has kept us very busy, and for me, that keeps us very happy. So this is a little bar graph for those who like that to tell you how things have changed as far as our office. 2019 was a normal year, and if you can see there, you can see like the last couple of years, deeds have remained about the same, the number of deeds, but we've gotten record amounts of mortgages and satisfactions coming through, mainly because the pandemic brought record low interest rates. And that has definitely shown in what we've been able to do. This has allowed homeowners to refinance at lower rates. It's allowed businesses to put more money into their business. And this has allowed homeowners to get some good deals, some home buyers to get some good deals on rates, which when we talk about the deeds, the median selling price for a home last year in Montgomery County was $370,000. Which is a statement in itself about where people want to be. They want to be here in Montco. So this gives you that we've seen a rise in about 51% recording since 2019, and 2019 was an average year. So the last couple of years, you can see we've definitely been busy, and that's a credit to my staff who've been working so hard to get all of these things done for the people of Montco. But 2021 brought some good things as well for us. In 2020, we had to shut down some of our favorite activities, like our mobile veterans events. But we were able to start that back up safely this year. We only went where we knew we would be safe and our veterans would be safe. So we had 13 mobile events last year, which was great. It's one of our fun things to do. You also see that last year we were up to 2,047 notaries sworn in that year. That's an increase as well. Probably, I'm going to guess, because of all the real estate deals that are going on in this county, more notaries were needed. So what you can see here is another fun thing we do each year. We collect for the Veterans Multi-Service Center that serves homeless veterans in the southeastern Pennsylvania. And this is my wonderful staff who were working so hard and took a moment from their work to have a little bit of fun and show people we were collecting over the holiday season. And we had an amazing we actually had 2 vans, and we were able to supply not one but 2 Veterans Multi-Service offices with quite a few items, and filled them to the brim. Some really nice stories behind that is one VFW had given us some work boots. And at first, the Veteran Service is like, I'm not sure we can use these. But right before we were about to make the first delivery, they called us up and said one of their veterans had just gotten a job and needed those boots. That was a great story, and we thank everybody. We thank everybody who was part of that, from the VFWs to businesses to the state legislative offices, Edna the dog, all of them helping us supply much needed goods to the Veterans Multi-Service Center that helps veterans in need. Now, you may wonder, why does a recorder of deeds have anything to do with veterans? Well, back in the 1850s, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania decided that the appropriate place for veterans to record their very important discharge papers was with the Recorder of Deeds office. And as you can imagine, our chief duty is to keep documents in perpetuity. That's what we do. So it was the perfect place to do it. We safeguard their documents. So when they get out of the service, they don't have to wonder where they put it. If they move, they don't have to go, oh, where did I put those discharge papers? Their families don't have to search for them. They can just come to our office once they're recorded. And what we do to encourage veterans to get those recorded for them and their families is we offer them a discount ID card, which gets them discounts at over 500 small businesses here in Montco. And so a little bit for the veterans out there who still have not recorded with us and would like to get this Veterans Discount ID card. You can get it a couple of ways. You can stop in our office Monday through Friday. We are here, and bring in your discharge paper and your state photo ID, and we will record it free of charge and get you that that veterans ID right then and there. So we've got a couple of other ways you can do it by stopping at one of our many outreach events throughout the year. We currently have 3 set up already, but we will have many more. So we want people to continue to look on our website as we add them. We will be in Norristown and Bluebell in March and Horsham in May, but we will be adding more to that. So we encourage veterans and their families to keep track of it on our website. And we also encourage businesses to participate with us to give these discounts to our veterans. It's super easy. Just contact our website and tell us the discount you want to provide to veterans. And this is how you reach us, montcopa.org/ROD. If you are a veteran, have a veteran who in your family, or would like to give those discounts to veterans, contact us this way. And this is my amazing staff who have worked so hard these last couple of years for the people of Montco. And we thank you so much for your time. And if you have questions, please feel free to ask.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for that great update. And I just want to thank you and your staff. You know, you pivoted so quickly when this pandemic hit, and you figured out how to get open and stay open, because the volume in your office was extraordinary, as you've shared with us. And I just know that you really went the extra mile time and time again. I'm grateful for your leadership and for the hard work that all of your staff put in. And I know that you have just kept doing that work every single day, no matter what challenge came your way. You figured out a way to get it done. So thank you so much for that. And it's great to hear this update.
Thank you for the incredible update. Thank you for the past 2 years. As the chair said, you guys never shut down. You always looked and became creative. I know with your outreach boxes and everything else. And I know you literally record deeds yourself as well. But my question is, are you still planking at the veterans events? And what is your record for the plank?
Okay, so I'm going to throw Jamie from Veterans Affairs under the bus. I was at an event with him last year, and he wouldn't plank. I think he was scared. Just saying, you know.
I would just add thank you for the work that's being done to help the veteran community here in Montgomery County. I know a lot of the citizens, and your statistics show it, are utilizing the Veteran ID discount card, and that's a great service to them. So to you and all the employees there, please keep up the great work. Thank you.
Thank you. And I meant to call out Ryan, not Jamie. Jamie, I am so sorry. It was Ryan who would not plank with me. Oh my gosh.
Maybe you can come to a commissioners meeting and we can do it here.
Sure.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
All right. Next, Mr. Edmond, we have an authorization to enter into reimbursement agreements with PECO and Verizon for the Ridge Pike Improvement Project, Section D.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. Thank you for your time today. This action before you is related to Section D of the Ridge Pike Project. I do not have a map today, but Section D is the section closest to Philadelphia. It runs from Crescent Avenue to the Philadelphia line at Northwestern. And Crescent may not be a street that many people think of, but Church Road, Harts Lane, it's just west of there by a couple hundred feet. So that's the area that we're talking about. And we are getting ready to go to construction here early this year. So we're buttoning everything up and making sure that all of our agreements and other things are taken care of so that we have no problems when we're in construction. So the short story here is that PECO and Verizon own a lot of poles along the corridor that need to be moved. The ones with documented rights to be in the right-of-way are the ones that require reimbursement to the companies. And so, therefore, we have been working with PECO and Verizon on reimbursement agreements to pay them back for those eligible costs for moving those eligible poles. So what you're looking at are 2 reimbursement agreements today, one with Verizon for $20,632.86. That represents a portion of the cost to perform the relocation of 21 different utility poles and anchors throughout the corridor. And that's just the ones that Verizon owns. PECO owns a lot more. And there's also a reimbursement agreement here on your agenda for $883,635.71, which represents a portion of the costs required to perform the relocation of 36 utility poles, the installation of 4 new poles, and the removal of 1 pole. So just for some context, these poles and relocations have, and the amounts have been reviewed and approved by Gannett Fleming and the county's Roads and Bridges Department. County staff and the utilities prepared the reimbursement agreement documents using a PennDOT template that everyone is comfortable with. That document ultimately was reviewed by PennDOT and PECO and Verizon and even our own solicitor. And PECO and Verizon have already signed these documents, so they've already entered into them. All that's left is for you as the commissioners to authorize the agreements and then to sign them yourselves. So thank you very much for your time. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Edmond. I will move that the proper county officials, in accordance with the authority conferred by law, subject to the approval of the county solicitor, are hereby authorized to enter into a reimbursement agreement with Verizon to provide reimbursement to Verizon in the amount of $20,632.86 for costs associated with the Ridge Pike Project, Section D. Be it further resolved that the proper county officials, in accordance with the authority conferred by law, subject to the approval of the county solicitor, are hereby authorized to enter into a reimbursement agreement with PECO to provide reimbursement to PECO in the amount of $883,635.71 for costs associated with the Ridge Pike Project, Section D. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment?
I just have a question for Mr. Edmond.
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Do you know if White Marsh Township plans on having any of the community meetings revolving the construction project for Phase D, how they did in the past with the
Yes.
overall project?
Yes, actually, we are targeting a early to mid-April public meeting here at the county staff level. We're going to be organizing that, and that will give members of the public, maybe property owners and homeowners who live along the corridor, the opportunity to meet our construction team, which is our contractor, our construction managers, construction inspectors. And that way, if they have any questions about, like, will my driveway be blocked, we can answer those there in person and in real time. You know, if they're worried about detours or traffic restrictions, they can learn about those, know when certain parts of the project are supposed to be under construction. So yes, we're going to spearhead that, and it will be in White Marsh somewhere. We're still working on the details, and it will be in early to mid-April.
Okay, great. I know the residents appreciate that, so I'm happy to hear it.
All right. Hearing no additional comments, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Edmond. All right, Mr. France, authorization of municipal planning assistance contracts.
Good morning, Commissioners, and thank you. We have another batch of community planning assistance contracts, I think our largest yet. These are very popular around the turn of the year as we renew many of our existing contracts. We have 35 existing contracts in the county with municipalities right now, plus 4 regional planning contracts. The ones before you today start with 4 municipalities and 1 region. And this is, as I always stated, the best deal in planning in the county. We do subsidize the cost for 50% with the municipality or region paying the other 50%. I'm going to begin with Lower Frederick, who we're very excited to announce also adopted their brand new comprehensive plan earlier this week, which county planning staff and community planners worked for them to do that. And so this contract will work on implementing the recommendations from that plan along with general services. And as with all of these renewals, they begin January 1st, 2022 and expire December 31st, 2024 for a period of 3 years. Following Lower Frederick, we also have Upper Gwynedd, who also adopted a new comprehensive plan last year, so we're implementing that with general services. The cost for Upper Gwynedd is a total of $68,544, with the municipality paying $34,272. And I'll backtrack on Lower Frederick because I didn't announce their totals. That contract costs $57,834, with the municipal portion being $28,917. Moving to Marlborough Township, that contract is also 3 years, and we'll be addressing a heavy industrial quarry ordinance coming up, providing grant assistance, a parking study for Sumneytown, and general services. That contract total cost is $62,118, and the municipal cost is $31,059. And then our final municipality is Lansdale Borough. They are going to be working on a sign ordinance update, a railroad plaza redesign, implementing the Lansdale 2040 comprehensive plan, Moyers Road Park parking and circulation study, and general services. Lots going on in Lansdale. That total contract is $141,372, with the municipal cost being $70,133. $686. And then our fifth item is actually for the Indian Valley Regional Planning Commission. This regional planning group comprises Franconia, Lower Salford, Salford, and Upper Salford, along with the boroughs of Souderton and Telford. And it is also a 3-year contract. The total cost is $96,390, with the local share being $48,195. We'll be providing operational support, regional plan and implementation agreement updates, and planning and zoning assistance for the region. The resolution is before you to approve these contracts.
Thank you, Mr. France. I will move that the Montgomery County Commissioners hereby approve the contracts for municipal planning assistance outlined below and described by Mr. Scott France, Director of Planning, and the proper county officials are hereby authorized and directed to execute the same. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comments? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. And then we have a set of short-term contracts.
Yes, we do. We have two short-term contracts for school districts in Montgomery County for our very popular school district planning assistance with enrollment projections. And with both of these, we will look at demographic trends, birth patterns, housing construction, housing sales activity, and other trends in order to create a model that projects enrollments over the next 10 years. The first one is for the Hatboro-Horsham School District, and we're proud to say this is our third study for that district, so it's been a very successful relationship. Our last study was in 2017, and while the model was correct in predicting a slight downturn in attendance, they did have a more significant drop-off in the past year, possibly COVID-related, but we'll be looking at that issue as well. So that contract will begin on March 1st, 2022, and run through June 6th of 2022. The total cost is $10,920. On short-term contracts, we subsidize 25%, so the district will be paying $8,190. Upper Moreland School District is a brand new district to this program, so this will be the first projection study that we've done for them, and looking forward to starting that relationship. This contract begins February 1st, 2022, and runs through May 9th of 2022. The total cost is $11,648, with the school district portion being $8,736. And that resolution is also before you.
Thank you. I will move that the proper county officials, in accordance with the authority conferred by law, subject to the approval of the county solicitor, are hereby authorized to approve the short-term contracts for community planning assistance outlined below and is described by Mr. Scott France, Director of Planning. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you, Mr. France.
Thank you very much.
All right, Ms. Perdue. Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. You should have in front of you the final copy of the Commissioners' Department's personnel list. It is a 3-page document dated Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022, with a timestamp of 10:15 a.m. Of all positions have been reviewed and accounted for and are presented for consideration.
Thank you. I will move to approve the February 3rd, 2022 personnel presentation as given by Director of Human Resources, Ms. Donna Perdue, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you. Ms. O'Malley, advertisements of a bid and RFQs.
Yes, there is a bid on behalf of Public Safety for warehouse shelving. The successful firm will provide shelving and installation for the new Emergency Operating Center warehouse. Contract will be awarded to the lowest responsible bidder. 2, an RFP on behalf of Commerce for a workforce project consultant. The successful responder will develop short-term, innovative workforce projects that meet the needs of eligible adults and dislocated workers served through the PA CareerLink Montgomery County. Contract will be awarded to the highest-rated responder. 3, RFP on behalf of Human Resources for employment search services. The successful responders will provide extended employment search services to reach potential applicants for high-profile county positions. Contracts will be awarded to the highest-rated responders. All RFPs and bids are available on the county's purchasing website at www.montcopa.org/purchasing.
Thank you. I will move to approve the preceding request for the advertisement of a bid and RFPs as described by the Deputy Chief Operating Officer, Ms. Barbara O'Malley, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same, subject to the approval of the county solicitor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? All right, hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Next, we have awards of contract.
1, contract amendment and award, software, assets and infrastructure, eBuilder Incorporated of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, $177,092. Original contract provided the 2021 annual subscription fee for the eBuilder project management software used in managing and analyzing county capital construction projects. Amendment provides additional licensing required during the 2021 term. New contract continues the subscription through March 2023. Software is proprietary. 2, contract award, assets and infrastructure, construction. Loftus Construction Incorporated of Cinnaminster, New Jersey, $1,677,000. Contract provides the superstructure replacement of Montgomery County Bridge number 77, Plymouth Road over Wissahickon Creek in Lower Gwinnett Township. Specification number 6468 was viewed by 60 providers with 5 responses received. Contract is awarded to the lowest responsible bidder. 3, contract award, assets and infrastructure, construction. H&K Group Incorporated of Skippack, PA, $3,647,534.67. Contract provides the replacement of Montgomery County Bridge number 177, Sturger Street over Stony Creek in the municipality of Norristown. Specification number 6467 was viewed by 68 providers with 4 responses received. Contract is awarded to the lowest responsible bidder. 4, contract amendment, assets and infrastructure, engineering. McMahon Associates Incorporated of Exton, PA, $19,290.31. Original contract provided engineering services for bridge number 83A, Butler Pike over Prophecy Creek in Upper Dublin Township. Amendment provides supplemental right-of-way acquisition services. 5, contract award, district attorney and sheriff offices. Vehicles, Whitmore Auto Group of Mountjoy, PA, $249,046. Contract provides for 1 2022 Ford Explorer, 4 2022 Ford Inceptors, 1 2022 Ford Transit cargo van. Vehicles are available through a PA CoStarz contract. 6, contract award, Health and Human Services consultant. Third Horizon Strategies of Chicago, Illinois, $239,316. Contract provides a mental health crisis system dynamic enhancement plan consultant. The plan will include analyzing the current state of the Montgomery County Public Mental Health Crisis System Continuum and deliver a countywide crisis system dynamic enhancement plan. RFP 2158 was viewed by 28 providers with 4 responses received. Contract is awarded to the highest rated responder. Contract is for a 2-year term commencing on date of contract execution. 7, contract award, Health and Human Services, property acquisition, Resources for Human Development Incorporated, $2 million. Contract provides funds to obtain a property for the Supportive Transitional Housing Program. This program will serve Montgomery County residents with an immediate need of housing. The county will recover funds if property is not approved or utilized for supportive transitional housing. 8, contract renewal finance, software. OpenGov of Redwood City, California, $186,437. Contract provides support and maintenance for OpenGov budgeting software. Software is proprietary. 9, contract renewal, human resources consultant. Tryon Group of King of Prussia, PA, $218,000. Contract provides employee benefits consulting and administration services as per RFP 1913. This is the second of 3 optional annual renewals for the 2022 term. 10, contract renewal, human resources insurance broker, KMRD Partners Incorporated of Warrington, PA, $165,000. Contract provides a commercial insurance broker for the county's property, casualty, fidelity bond, general liability, umbrella, and other insurance coverages as per RFP 2064. This is the first of 3 optional annual renewal terms. Contract renewal, Planning Commission, Household Hazardous Waste Collection, MXI Environmental Services, LLC of Abingdon, Virginia, $550,000. An RFP was issued by Philadelphia on behalf of Bucks, Chester, Delaware, and Montgomery counties. Contract provides household hazardous waste collection events throughout the county for the proposed cost schedule. This is the third of 3 available optional annual renewals for the 2022 term. 12, contract renewal, purchasing, toner cartridges. Academic supplier of Chula Vista, California, not to exceed $120,000. Contract provides toner cartridges for use by all county offices. Contract was competitively bid by Chester County on behalf of the Southeastern Pennsylvania Counties Cooperative Purchasing Board. Contract is valid through 1/1/2022 through 12/31/2022 with no renewals remaining. 2 contracts, 10 contract renewals, and 5 amendments for Health and Human Services. The providers and services are listed at the end of the agenda and in the back of the room.
Thank you. I will move to approve the preceding awards and contract as described by the Deputy Chief Operating Officer, Ms. Barbara O'Malley, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same, subject to the approval of the county solicitor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Next, we have awards of contract under emergency procurement for Hurricane Ida.
Yes. 1, Response Equipment, Assets and Infrastructure, Deere and Company of Cary, North Carolina, $63,224.12. Contract provides a John Deere compact utility tractor to replace the unit at Central Perkiomen Valley Park damaged during Hurricane Ida. Equipment is available through a PA state contract. 2, Response Services Amendment, Assets and Infrastructure, Bridge Rehab, Loftus Construction Incorporated of Solderton, PA, $324,290. Original contract provided bridge construction and rehabilitation for the Stone Arch Bridge at our historic site, Sunrise Mill, as per specification number 6440. Amendment provides construction repairs necessary due to Hurricane Ida damage. Response Services Amendment, Assets and Infrastructure, Engineering, Gannett Fleming Incorporated of Audubon, PA, $12,000. Original contract provided engineering, environmental permitting, and construction consultation for the rehabilitation of Old Nefer Road over Swamp Creek in Upper Frederick Township as per RFP 1920. Amendment provides additional engineering services required due to bridge damages that occurred during Hurricane Ida. 4, Response Services Amendment, Assets and Infrastructure, Inspection Services, McTish, Kunkel and Associates of Allentown, PA, $84,576.32. Original contract provided construction inspection services for the Old Nefer Road Bridge over Swamp Creek in Upper Frederick Township as per RFP 2106. Amendment provides additional inspection services required after damages incurred during Hurricane Ida.
Thank you. I will move to approve the preceding awards of contract as described by the Deputy Chief Operating Officer, Ms. Barbara O'Malley, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same, subject to the approval of the county solicitor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Next, we have awards of contract for the Southeastern Pennsylvania Regional Task Force.
1, Contract Award, Network Services, Computing Technologies, LLC of Lehigh Valley, PA, $318,855. Contract provides cybersecurity and managed network security services for the Montgomery County Department of Public Safety. RFP 2182 was viewed by 91 providers with 5 responses received. Contract is awarded to the highest rated responder. 2, Contract Amendment Training. SPEC Rescue International of Virginia Beach, Virginia, $6,000. Original contract provided FEMA curriculum equivalent structural collapse specialist training for the regional counties as per RFP 2139. Amendment provides pro board certification costs and 1 additional day of service to accomplish certifications for the regional trainees.
Thank you. I will move to approve the preceding awards of contract on behalf of the Southeast Pennsylvania Regional Task Force as described by the Deputy Chief Operating Officer, Ms. Barbara O'Malley, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same, subject to the approval of the county solicitor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comments? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you. Any closing commissioner comments? No? Okay. Then I will announce that our next Board of Commissioners meeting will be held February 17th, 2022. And I will move to adjourn the February 3rd, 2022 meeting of the Montgomery County Board of Commissioners. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comments? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Any negative votes? Meeting is adjourned, and we will move to Salary Board.
Good morning.
Good morning, Controller Sanchez, and welcome back, Ms. Pardue. Is there any public comment on Salary Board? No? Okay, great. Then we will move on to your presentation.
Great. Good morning, members of Salary Board. You should have in front of you the final copy of the Salary Board list. It is a 3-page document dated Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022, with a timestamp of 10:15 a.m. Of note, we have 11 retirees. Joanne West from adult probation after 43 years. Giuliano Figliolo from Assets and Infrastructure after 9 years. Curry Serrato from Board of Assessment after 15 years. Joanna McKinney from Board of Assessment after 26 years. Roseanne Weathers from Board of Assessment after 27 years. Shelley Camp from courts after 15 years, Linda Cavallari from courts after 6 years, Magdalena Deneen from courts after 36 years, Chanel Pyatt from courts after 18 years, Charles Delaney from the Health Department after 11 years, and John Dinolfi from Public Safety after 37 years. All positions have been reviewed and accounted for and are presented for salary board consideration.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the February 3rd, 2022 salary board presentation as given by Director of Human Resources, Ms. Donna Pardue, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same?
So moved.
Moved by Controller Sanchez. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? I just want to say that I know we're going to hear some remarks about some of our longest serving employees, but congratulations to all of these folks who are retiring, and that is just an extraordinary amount of service to our community, and just want to thank them and wish them the best in their retirement. Hearing no other comments, we will move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you. All right, so we have a number of acknowledgements today, and we will start with the Board of Assessment Office, Mr. Joe Foster.
Morning, Board, and thank you, everyone, for this opportunity. I just want to briefly make a few comments upon the fact that we are losing at the Board of Assessments several valued employees, not the least of which is Joanna McKenna, who just retired yesterday. Also, Carrie Serrata, who has the onerous task of arranging all these meetings, and finally Roseanne Withers, who is absolutely the runner of that department. She's the office manager, and she makes sure everything ticks on time. And just to give you an example of some of the responsibilities, last year in 2021, we added to the overall revenue of $493 million assessment dollars for a total of $62 billion assessment dollars. And all this goes through their hands. They figured out how to get it done, and along with the assessors. But I would just say this, Roseanne Weathers, she's been with the department for 27 years, and I was young then. So that's a very long time, and she has been a dedicated employee, as well as Joanna McKinnon and, of course, Carrie Sabota. I just want to take this opportunity to thank them for their service and thank them for their commitment to the county as well as the Board of Assessments, and to working so well with their colleagues over these many years. Thank you, Board.
Thank you, Mr. Foster. All right, next we have Ms. Stephanie Landis on behalf of Joanne West of Adult Probation after 43 years. Ms.
Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak to honor Ms. Joanne West and her 43 years of employment with Montgomery County. When Joanne started, she was one of 5 female probation officers and the first woman of color. She is the longest tenured employee to work for the Adult Probation Department. At the time that Joanne was hired, men only supervised men and women only supervised women. Men were on call for weekends and were able to accrue 2 days of comp time for being on call. At that time, women were not permitted to be on call. Joanne and her colleagues worked to make things equitable and change some of the rules in probation where we had blended caseloads, and also women were also equal and able to receive comp time for being on call. Joanne has been a leader in our field and a catalyst for change. She leads by example and will always make time to speak with someone, regardless of how busy she may be. One of my favorite quotes from Joanne is that people need you when they need you and not when it's convenient for you. She treats everyone with dignity, grace, and respect, and she has conducted herself as the ultimate professional. She's a mentor and a coach and a support and a reality check when needed. We were fortunate to have the opportunity to work and learn from Joanne, and even more fortunate to call her a friend. I wish her peace and happiness and health through her retirement, and we hope that she continues to check in with us and keep us in check.
Thank you, Ms. Landis. That was beautiful. Okay, Mr. Michael Case, on behalf of Magdalena Deneen of Courts, after 36 years. Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners, and I share in
Stephanie's comments about Joanne as well under the courts. It's my honor, though, to speak on behalf of Magda Deneen, our chief court reporter, who's retiring from the county after 36 years of distinguished service as a court reporter, the last 6+ years as our chief court reporter with supervisory authority over 35 court reporters. Most people have no idea how hard it is to be a court reporter, let alone the chief. The concentration and the stamina it takes to create the court record for hours at a time is truly remarkable, with people constantly speaking over each other and usually speaking faster than I'm even doing right now. Court reporting is truly an art form, and Magda has been a true artist. The court is extremely grateful for her service, and I would also like to note that there are a total of 3 court reporters on today's list, including Janelle Pyatt and Shelley Camp, who together with Magda represent 70 years of service to the court. Our court family will miss them all, and we wish them the very best in retirement. So thank you to Magda, Chanel, and Shelley.
Thank you, Mr. Case. And lastly, we have Ms. Jen Cass from Public Safety on behalf of John Denofi. Sorry.
Denofi.
Thank you, Jen.
Good morning. Thank you for letting us take the opportunity to recognize one of my favorite people, definitely here at Public Safety. John Denofi has been a part of Public Safety family for 37.5 years. John, aka Johnny, JD, Chief, Mr. Map, and last but not least, Dispatcher 80 or 80. Just to put in perspective how long John has been working for the Public Safety, our highest dispatcher number currently is 905, and John was 80, or still is 80, I should say. John started his career as a fire dispatcher. He was a supervisor and was then promoted to Chief of Operations, where he oversaw the day-to-day operations of the communications center and staff. Currently, John is the Special Operations Coordinator managing public safety assets to include our Field Comm unit, which is requested and deployed countywide for police, fire, EMS, and high-risk incidents. There hasn't been many incidents in the county that John hasn't dispatched, responded to, or assisted in some way. I would like to share a few statements to describe John from his peers and field personnel. Mentor, co-worker, supervisor, friend, big brother, legend, and a figure we will never forget. His voice commanded respect from the field personnel as well as his co-workers. On a personal note, John, thank you for always being there for me personally and professionally, no matter what time of the day. You're one of a kind. We will miss you, Johnny. Congrats and best wishes. You deserve to relax.
Thank you. Thank you, Jen.
Thank you. And again, we wish all of these retirees just a happy, secure, and wonderfully enjoying retirement. And obviously very, very well deserved. So thanks, everybody. All right. Okay. All right. Then is there a motion to adjourn the February 3rd, 2022 meeting of the Montgomery County Salary Board?
So moved.
Moved by Controller Sanchez, seconded by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comments? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Any negative vote? Hearing none, meeting is adjourned. Thanks, everybody.